that Boston wasn't going to be just another marathon. She wanted to mean something more. She quickly became our top fundraiser and has raised more than $7,000. Cara is running in honor of her mom, a cancer survivor, and has flown in from Atlanta with more than 20 of her friends and family who will be on the route to cheer her on. Cara is going to share her story with you today about why she decided to become involved in the determination program. So please welcome Cara. Alright, so I'm definitely nervous. So what did I do? I reached for my security blanket and I'm wearing my road ID. So I should have a nervous breakdown or a heart attack. All of the emergency contact information is available via the website on the back of this. They didn't pay me to say that. Good morning. My friend Adam sent me a quote by Lord Byron that says, "Challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful." Everyone in this room today knows about conquering challenges. We runners have all conquered the ultimate amateur running challenge of qualifying for the Boston Marathon, which means we have all trained for and run at least one other marathon. Others of you sitting here today have conquered cancer to be in remission or in the midst of fighting the good but extremely difficult fight against cancer. The question posed to me that I now pose to you is, how did overcoming the challenge of running a marathon and the challenge of supporting a family member or friend with cancer make my life meaningful? To answer that question means going back to the beginning of the story. But it's not just the beginning of my story, because this is not just a story about me. This dogged pursuit of overcoming these two specific challenges belongs to all of us here today, who chose to dedicate our training and our marathon tomorrow to finding a cure for cancer, a disease which has already taken too much from too many. In January 2006, my mother, Nancy, received a diagnosis of stage 3B colon cancer, which was a shock for our entire family. Colon cancer? That's hereditary. No one in our family has colon cancer. This can't be possible. And yet it was our new reality. A diagnosis that meant my mother had a 50-50 shot of seeing Christmas. Shock and disbelief did not even begin to capture our feelings as a family. I think denial is the word that best describes how we felt until the first of 12 rounds of chemotherapy started. That year is a blur of trips back and forth to South Florida to visit my mom. I learned that sometimes the only thing you need to do is to make it to tomorrow, because tomorrow seems much more manageable than next week. However, we were not alone, clearly. Don't start crying. As a family, we grew a lot. As a young adult, I learned the true meaning of a support group, from my friends to my coworkers who offered prayers, meals, and paid the occasional house cleaner to clean my home while I spent weekends taking care of my mother. I realized that asking for help was a far more mature route than trying to tackle all of the daily struggles of life. The support at times was so overwhelming, it brought me to tears. At 26, I saw what it means to care for a parent and live in fear of losing them long before you're ready to let go of them. A feeling I know that many of us today have battled. If doing something made my mother feel better, then we did. For instance, one weekend, I went down to help out while she was on chemo, and as a treat for being a good daughter, she purchased me some new bras. I was very grateful because I knew she didn't feel well, but she'd gone out shopping. So she's so excited, she wanted me to try them on as soon as I got to their house, so I did, in front of her. And my father, who looked like he wished he could disappear into the floor, and the home healthcare nurse, who, while looking at my mother to a chemo pump, became very opinionated about my lingerie choices. It was so awesome. Outside of that humiliation of strutting myself in front of strangers, as a family, we survived cancer fairly well. And when Mama T had a normal Pepsi in September 2006, it was the best birthday present I had ever received. We had achieved. We had won. And then life went on. Of course, we celebrated, oddly enough, by my family coming to watch me run the Marine Corps Marathon in D.C. We had a big dinner, we toasted life, and then we went on living our lives. In the course of living life, however, some of us hit speed bumps, and by us, I mean me. I have trained for 7 marathons. That's the experience part. And I've completed 5, but I was withdrawn from 2 because I have managed to break my right femur in the same place twice. So it took me 2 really bad injuries to finally overcome them and run in a way that was safe and healthy for me. But I knew that I always wanted to run New York. So I kept entering the lottery, and I never got a number. So after 3 years, I was an automatic bid for 2009. I signed up for the race. It was March 14th. I will not forget it. It was a little over a year ago. I had just broken up with my boyfriend of 3 years. I thought we were getting married. I was not. So with a heavy heart and still going through PT for the stress fracture, I set November 1st simply as a goal to run the race. Every day, I met my friends. I got out of bed. I made it, and I headed out to meet these wonderful women who not only pulled me through the miles, but helped to heal my broken heart. I was grateful that my mother's struggle with cancer had taught me to lean on my friends. I'm definitely not going to bore everyone with the details, but over the course of my training and healing, I switched jobs within my company and moved twice. In addition to my wonderful friends, I had my amazing mother, who oversaw both moves and encouraged me to move forward in my life, my career, and to basically find myself again. My mother suggested I find a running group in my new city of Atlanta to make friends, and following her advice has given me yet another amazing group of friends who are all runners and who all offer an immense amount of support. To say she was my savior last year would not do justice to the mountains my mother moved to help me find happiness again. And how would the Turano family go to celebrate these personal challenges? We were going to go to New York City, but I spent marathon. Until September, PET scan showed 3 more tumors in her abdomen, and shock once again descended on our family. The initial thought was that this was new cancer, which would have actually been better news, but we would not know until surgery, which was 2 weeks before the New York City Marathon. Needless to say, her attendance was not my primary concern, but I kept running because I needed the miles to keep me sane, and I needed my running buddies to simply listen to my concerns and fears. The day of her surgery found family and friends in the waiting room of the hospital, and people praying literally around the world. My father's company called from Italy to check in, and I had a group of people praying who were Catholic, Baptist, Jewish, and every other faith denomination you can imagine. Once again, the support was staggering. Her surgery went remarkably well. The tumors were removed with clean margins, but we received a devastating diagnosis that she had metastatic colon cancer. Stage 4 and metastatic. Oh, those are like the bad 4-letter words in the world of oncology. They're the ones you don't want to hear. But we moved on because that's what we do. One foot in front of the other. And at the New York City Marathon on November 1st, I had some serious fans because my family stepped up to the plate and came out to support me. My cousin Carol and her family, my cousin Kirsten and her boyfriend Steve, my Aunt Linda and Uncle John, all of who are here this morning. My parents followed me online, received updates from family members on the course, and were the first people I called, slightly delirious with the knowledge that I had a PR, really good one, y'all, like 17-minute PR, and qualified for the Boston Marathon. My mother's first response, I feel fine, I should have just come to New York. Her next statement was, I'm going to talk to Dr. Stone about my treatment schedule because I am coming to Boston. So began our journey as a family, a giant extended family that has grown to include a plethora of incredibly good friends. My mother started chemotherapy in December. I started training to run the race. She battled nausea, hair loss, fatigue, and a myriad of other chemotherapy symptoms. I ran through rain, snow, ice, and sleet. Did I mention I live in Atlanta?